What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are going to be jumping into the dawn of DC with Nightwing issue 105. And I'm going to be honest, this issue is actually a lot of fun. I like the artistic direction that they decided to go with this one, because this is a day in the shoes of Nightwing. We are gonna see the world through his eyes. We are gonna listen to the world through his ears, as we really get a first-person perspective on how it is to be Nightwing. From waking up in the morning to swinging through the city and taking down the bad guys. Today, you get to be Nightwing. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up in Blüdhaven, of course. With Nightwing waking up, we get to see the beautiful Babs. The first thing that Nightwing sees every morning when he wakes up. And the second thing is, of course, Bitewing, the adorable little puppy that they have adopted. But Nightwing wakes up, he gets dressed, he brushes his teeth, and this morning he has a phone call from his sister. The mayor blowing up his phone because right now there is a huge threat in the city. A biological weapon has been stolen, and it is now loose in Blüdhaven. Our heroes waste no time. They suit up and they jump right out that window. As they go soaring through the skies, they head over to the B train. Landing on top of it, we see that Babs almost falls off. Luckily, Boy Wonder is there to save the day. As they get into the train, they now have located exactly who they are looking for. This is one half of Double Dare. They have taken this train hostage, and while Double Dare tries to go on and say that there are people after her, ones that are a lot less friendly than the Nightwing and what she calls Girl Nightwing. She needed something to get out of the city that was unstoppable, letting all of the passengers off along with the driver. She tells Nightwing and Batgirl that they both need to get out of here and don't try and stop her. As she makes her getaway, both Nightwing and Babs jump into action. Now, Alicki is a highly trained acrobat and thief. With her sister Margaret, they are one of the most effective agents moving through any kind of urban environment. And while she may be one of the best, Nightwing and Batgirl are better. With Batgirl throwing some cuffs, she is able to land those cuffs right on the rail and Alicki's arm. Asking where her sister Margaret is. She says that she's not here, that those individuals that are chasing her, they took her. Asking about the weapon, she lets it be known that there is no weapon, but what you're looking for, you just handcuffed to a freaking rail. What she has is a vaccine, and she has injected herself with this vaccine trying to get it out of the city. And so they take the handcuffs off her and they really start to digest what is going on here. Obviously, they are going off some misinformation, and now they want to understand what is happening. They were hired by the nation of Latava. A mosquito-borne virus has been spreading very rapidly. Shell Pharmaceuticals, they developed a vaccine, but they're demanding more from this country than it actually has. So they hit the transport. Alicki injected herself with the cure and she escaped, but Margaret had been caught. They know that they can extract this vaccine from her. An entire nation will suffer if she does not get where she needs to go. But Babs gets an idea. They don't know what Alicki actually looks like. They just know that it's a redhead. To reach Margaret and not hand them the vaccine, they need somebody to pose as our Double Dare. A few moments later, we see the transformation. Batgirl putting on the costume of Double Dare. And it doesn't take long before we see a freaking missile that is headed right for this train. Before our heroes can even do anything, that missile makes impact. This entire train gets derailed. Recognizing that they are willing to derail a train in broad freaking daylight, they're clearly not going to demonstrate any kind of restraint in dealing with our heroes. And so Nightwing focuses on getting Alicki out of here, with dozens of men just firing rounds at them. They know that they gotta get out of here as quickly as possible. So Nightwing grabs hold of her and he moves to the next building. Breaking through the window, the two of them go running. They make it to the elevators and they get down to the ground floor. Seeing a motorcycle, he goes ahead and borrows the motorcycle for the day. knowing exactly where Batgirl is. Her locator signal is clear as day. The two of them start heading in that direction, but Nightwing stops in an alley. He tells her to stay here, to stay out of sight, that if her sister is inside, Nightwing is going to get her out. As Nightwing goes inside, we see that Batgirl is already in full effect. She is straight laying down the hate on these guys, freeing herself and just knocking some heads. In the midst of this fight over the Overcom, we hear somebody calling Mr. Wing, saying that there are a handful of very sensitive contagions inside the room they are currently fighting in. Before an incident occurs, he would like him to come up to the boardroom and discuss this in a more formal manner. Right now, we are in Shell Pharmaceuticals. Nightwing heading up to the boardroom. This is where he meets Lyle Shelton. Now, we know this to be Heartless. Nightwing only knows this guy as a bully from back when he was a kid. And Nightwing lets him know that I know what you're doing. You're holding a country ransom. That you have developed a vaccine from stopping a spread, but you have made it too expensive for the people who actually need it most. With Heartless going on to say that the neighboring nations have already agreed to the terms, that they are simply trying to get the best price for their product. And while this isn't illegal, it is definitely immoral. To further, they blew up a freaking train in broad daylight. Now, he goes on to say that they hired independent contractors to retrieve something stolen from them. And those contractors were overzealous, saying that they have already severed ties with these guys, even though it was only 25 minutes ago. But Heartless goes on to say that he is fairly new to Blüdhaven, that Shell Pharmaceuticals has only recently begun, and he's hoping that this is going to be a very fruitful partnership. The last thing he wants to do is upset the Titans, not having anything to pin on him right now, knowing that this just isn't going to work if he tried to bring him in. But he knows that this company and Shelton are no good. It's just a matter of getting the concrete evidence to bring them down now. Getting in communication with Babs. Double Dare is gone. They stole the motorcycle that Nightwing had stolen, but they assured them that they would give it back just like Nightwing said he would also do. They know that Shell Pharmaceuticals is up to no good. Now it's a matter of just keeping tabs on them, waiting for them to slip up, waiting for them to make a mistake. Little does Nightwing know, this is much worse than he could ever imagine. Heartless is making plays to own this city. Will Nightwing figure out that this is Heartless before it is too late? And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun issue, definitely fun from an artistic perspective, being thrown into the shoes of Nightwing, seeing the world from his eyeballs, experiencing everything that Nightwing does. This comic was fun in letting you be Nightwing, and it's not too often that we get a first-person perspective inside the comic book medium. Not that it's necessarily original, but it's definitely unique. It's something we don't get a lot of, and it was a lot of fun. It was thoroughly enjoyable, and we're seeing not only the plot moving forward, but Heartless is making his moves in the city. And Heartless seems to be a great villain for Nightwing. I'm very excited to see where all of this is going to go. Heartless has definitely earned his place in this city. After taking out Blockbuster, we know that his intention is to take it all. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with Dick Grayson. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.